Hello class, welcome to lesson 4. This is graph relationships. Your objective is I can graph the relationship between two quantities by using an input-output table. So for vocab, we're just going over some stuff from all the way in chapter 3. So remember, if we're graphing, we're going to use a coordinate plane, which is a plane formed by a horizontal line that intersects with a vertical line. That horizontal line is called the x-axis, and the vertical line is the y-axis. Then we have the origin, which is the point where the x-axis and the y-axis intersect. And we have our ordered pair. It's a pair of numbers that can be used to locate a point on the coordinate plane. And then our x-coordinate, the first number in an ordered pair, tells you to move left or right. So remember, the x-coordinate works with the x-axis. So x-coordinate moves on the x-axis, which means it moves horizontally. Whereas the y-coordinate is the second number in an ordered pair, and it tells you to move up and down. So vertical. So remember, my hint is vertical. The V is going up. Or you could also think of the vertical. It's like an arrow pointing down and up. All right, let's jump into today's lesson. So we have this table, and it says use the table to graph the relationship. So first I have my table, and I'm going to write my ordered pairs. So I have time and pancakes, my input and my output, which is x and y. So to make ordered pairs for this, it would be 1 and 200. 2 and 400, 3 and 600, 4 and 800, and 5 and 1000. So this is an ordered pair. This and all these from each column to the next is an ordered pair. And how to make a graph for that. So since they're all positive, all I need to do is make a small, I don't need to do intersecting, I can just do this. So this is still my x-axis and still my y. And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's an appropriate size table. All right, next I need to number my y. So this is x, this is y. So I'm going to start with 100. Here's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1000. Now I need to graph these. So I'm going to graph this point first. So 1, 2 to 100 would be right here. I would walk, I would crawl, then I would walk up to 200. Next is crawl over to 2, walk up to 4. Now I have 3 and 600, so I crawl to 3 and walk to 600. Next I have 4 and 800, so I'm going to crawl to 4, go up to 800. And finally I have 5 and 1000. So So I go to 5, I go up to 1,000. And that is it. I have graphed the relationship. Let's look at our steps. So step 1 is to write ordered pairs from the table. So this is my table I'm working with, and this would be my first ordered pair. So my x is 1 and 200 is my y. Next would be 2 and 400. Then I have 3 and 600. Then I have 4 and 800. And finally I have 5 and 1,000. So I get my ordered pairs. My ordered pairs come from the table. The ordered pairs come from the table. All right, now I need to create a graph with an appropriate scale for the table. And let's just clump these together. Step 3 is to graph the relationship. So this graph, since I have no negative numbers, I'm just going to do the positive side. So remember, up and to the right are positive. So I'm starting at 0, my origin. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to have at least the amount of, however high the x goes, you're going to have at least that. You can have more if you need to. Now for the y, I'm going to go by 100s. But make sure you have enough room. So I like to use these lines. Let's see if it would work. If I did 100, 200, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we can erase this. So then we'll just go a little bit higher and be 10. So that's step 2. Now step 3 is to graph the relationships, which is from step 1. So first we have 1 and 200, so I crawl to 1, go up to, I crawl to 1 and go up to 20, or to 20, to 200. Then I crawl to 2, and I go up to 400. Then I crawl to 3, and I go up to 600. Crawl to 4, go up to 800. Finally, I crawl to 5, go up to 1,000. Now it's graphed. And that is it. All right, let's try some examples. So I am going to use the tables to graph the relationships. So first I need to create my ordered pairs. So 1 and 50. So I have x, y are my ordered pairs. So first one will be 1, 50. 1 is first because see where x is. Here's x, here's y. So we need to just write it in the order we see it. Next is 2 and 100. Next is 3 and 150. Finally, we have 4 and 200. So make an appropriate size graph. And we have to go to at least 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to 200. So you can go by 50s. 50.
100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350.
So now my first one is 1 and 50. Oops, I didn't number my bottom, my X numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is X, this is Y. All right, let's go back to that. So I have 1 and 50. So 1 and 50 is here. Next is 2 and 100. So go over to 2 and up to 100. Next is 3 and 50. So I go over to 3 and up to 150. And finally a 4 and 200. So over to 4 and up to 200. And that is it. Let's try example 2. So our first ordered pair would be 20 and 100. So I have X and Y. So 20 is my X, 100 is my Y. Next is 40 and 200. Next is 60 and 300. And finally, we have 80 and 400. So my graph, so here we're going from 20 to 80, so 10s would probably be better. Here's 0. So I can count these by 10s. I can go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Looks like I'm not going to have enough room, so let's make this bigger. $70, $80, $90. And we can go by 10s here also. Oh, no, not by 10s. That's going to take forever to get to 100s for our Ys. So let's do 100. We can do 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So we crawl to 20, go up to 100. And then we crawl to 40 and go up to 200. Now we crawl to 60 and go up to 300. And finally, we crawl to 80 and go up to 400. Now it's kind of hard to see. Alright guys, that is it for this lesson. Go ahead and get started on your homework, and I will see you at your designated meeting time. Bye guys.